All right, we are live. I don't know if you can hear me or not. What's this? Testing, can you hear me? Testing, can you hear me? So we're gonna hang around for a minute, see if anybody pops in. Didn't announce this, did not schedule this. I just kind of went willy-nilly and said, let's roll with it. So excuse the mess. I'm working on trying to clean this little area up. This is kind of a new thing for me, trying to get some decent equipment running. So yeah, but I'm shooting this. I'm actually got my Picasso Brave 7LE running the camera up here, and so yeah, it's okay, but we're gonna play around with it, play around with our setup some, see if we can come up with something better. So we'll hang out a minute, see if anybody starts popping in. I wanted to do this at 5, but wasn't able to. Things happen. Says we have 2 people here. Hello, welcome. Jump in the chat. So this was not, if you came in after I started, this wasn't scheduled. This wasn't planned. This was just kind of thought about doing it and said, let's roll with it. So I'm shooting this on my Picasso Brave 7LE, and got it hooked up for the webcam. And yeah, it's a little bit grainy. This area is a mess. Ignore all that. But wanted to jump on here and do a live stream because I haven't ever done one. So I wanted to jump on here and do that. I know if you pay attention to me and on socials, I put a lot of stuff out the other day about starting a podcast. So those are going to drop on Sundays. Really talking about the week prior, about the week before. So looks like we lost somebody. And but yeah, that's what we've got going on right now. And well, I think we'll plan another one and we'll schedule it. I have to kind of schedule it according to some kids. What's up, the budget guy? Not real caught up with stuff like channel wise or what? And thanks for the beard compliment. This was not, like I said, this was very impromptu YouTube live. This was not scheduled by any means. This was straight up, like I thought about it at 4:35 and was like, I think I can do it by 5. So I hooked my Picasso up to a tripod and jumped in and got it rolling. So this is my very first one. But so if you're talking about the channel, I got you, budget guy. So I dropped a bunch of stuff on social media the other day. I'm starting a podcast. Prior to June, my YouTube video schedule was Tuesdays, Saturdays, and then I did a YouTube short on Thursdays. I took the entire month of June off, and so when I came back after that, I kind of backed off the shorts, and I'm gonna keep doing the Tuesdays and Saturdays full length reviews, full length videos. And then on something we're fixing to start is on Sundays, I'm gonna drop a podcast. Right now I've only got it set up on Spotify, but I'm gonna drop a podcast, which I'm really gonna talk about the things that I talked about the week before. Kind of adding some information. A lot of times when I get into the editing process, I realize, oh crap, I forgot this, or I didn't talk about this in the review. So that's kind of what the live or the podcast is going to be. I'm going to talk about those things, just talk about life too, just regular stuff. I'd like to get in a situation where I can do these on a regular basis, a live stream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm going to try. The goal is big time to do live and build that to the podcast. That's a goal down the road. Right now, I don't have any kind of high-end camera setup, boards, none of that fun stuff. I don't have crowds applauding for me or anything. I am set up with my Akaso Brave 7LE on a tripod and a laptop in front of me. So it's a little bit grainy. The area is a little bit of a mess, like I said. So working on getting this a little more professional live stream area and figuring out a schedule when I can do that. So, but as of right now, I just wanted to get it off the ground. I've had a YouTube channel now for 6 years, and I've never done a live stream. So it was something that I've wanted to do. I've talked about doing and thought about doing, just haven't done it. Better than you got a phone? Well, hey, do what you got. I shoot all of my videos, all of my YouTube videos with this guy right here. Every video is done with my iPhone. Occasionally I'll have an action camera set up for a secondary angle. But for the most part, 99% of my videos are shot with my iPhone. If there's something where I'm showing like setting up an action camera, I'll shoot the video with an action camera so I can show on my phone how to do that. What's up? How are you today? I'm doing well. This is something, like I said, something new, trying it. And I don't know what point you came in, but we have a very basic setup, shooting on my Akaso EK, or not EK, the Brave 7LE. And got a little messy area behind me, but I have no kids at home right now. And I figured this was a good time to shoot a live stream and try it and see how it works. So I don't know how much time I have before they do get home. But what's up, Rob? Huge storm's going to be blowing through. Drying some oil skin I'm working on. Got to take it in before the storms. Hey, it was thundering here a little while ago, and it looks like it may have blown out. I can't tell. But it was thundering. We need the rain for sure here. What's up, Chris? So this is just, like I said, you guys that were here. You don't have Spotify. Spotify's free to get on and look and check. And I'm going to try. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get it set up on Apple Podcast and on one other platform. I can't remember the name of the other platform, but I'm trying to get them set up. Apple Podcast, it's making me jump through hoops because I had to create a whole new Apple ID. I didn't want my personal stuff on there. I wanted it to be straight the Bearded Outdoorsman. So I created a new Apple ID for that. And it's making me jump through all kind of hoops just to get it where I can submit the podcast to them. I know that YouTube has a podcast platform. I don't know what those look like. And I don't know how. Kind of read some of the fine print, and I'm not sure I want to put them on YouTube. I think I want to stick right now to Spotify and then maybe try the Apple. But so Apple, well, not Apple, but YouTube has a lot of fine print about how, like, when you put it there, it's theirs. there's some crazy stuff that I've got to read again and see. But definitely with the Apple, I'm definitely trying that. It's going to be, I don't know how long it's going to take. What's up, James? I'm doing well. Glad to see you here. As I've said before, I don't know how long you've been in, but this was very much short notice. I didn't announce it. This was just one of those things I thought about probably about 45 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago. I was like, hey, I think we can do this. So jumped on and got it set up. I've been on YouTube now since 2018, so about 8 years or 6 years, and I've never done a live stream. So I was like, what better time than now? Let's do it. We've got a podcast rolling out. So the first podcast is going to go live Sunday, and that's going to be my game plan. I don't know. I'm going to play around with time slots on where I drop it. I don't know yet. I think right now I'm shooting for about later in the evening, 5, 6 o'clock is what I'm going to do on the first one. And then after that, then we're going to play around with it and kind of see what happens. But getting a little bit of hits on just the introduction one that I dropped. So definitely, if you haven't, get over and check that out. There's a link in the description in this video, as well as my recent videos in my Smart Bio. There's a link to it. So get over and check out the introduction. It kind of tells you some of the stuff I've already told you today, what I'm going to be doing with that. Something else that's new. I don't know if it's on there yet, but I just found out today that I had enough subscribers to do the merch shelf on YouTube. So I went in and I set up some t-shirt, hat, beanie, koozie, just a couple things just off the rip. I think I got about 6 or 7 items that I put in there. They are working on, they're doing the approval process. It says it can take up to 24 hours. But all I did was my logo on some things. So if you're interested, you can definitely check that out. Probably tomorrow, it should be at the bottom of my videos, a shelf of some merch. So if you want something with a Bearded Outdoorsman logo on it, you'll have that opportunity. I'm going to try to branch a little bit and come up with some other stuff to put on some merchandise. But I've got, I think, a trucker hat, got a beanie, a t-shirt. I didn't do hoodies because it's summertime. I've got koozie, and there was something else I did. So yeah, I think a regular hat. I did a trucker hat, and I think I did a regular hat. And I did a flat bill snapback hat. Yes. So get over and check those out. Played around with the price on them. It's set up through, I can't remember the website now. But it looked pretty well, looked pretty legit. It was one of the better options of the ones I had to set it up. So what's everybody else up to this evening? I don't have any fancy applause or claps or anything like that to play in the background. It's just me and you guys. Trucker hat for you. Well, check it out. Like I said, I think it said 24 hours for them to process everything and approve it. So it should be on the shelf. And I added a link to the description on this video and I think my last video. So you can check it out. Home off the road. It's always nice to be home. So, but yes, there's and it's not just any trucker hat too, Chris. It's a Richardson. It's a Richardson hat. So, and I think on that one, there's about 7 colors to choose from. So they look pretty good. They look pretty good just on the preview it gave me, and they are embroidered. So embroidered trucker Richardson hats. So you can't go wrong with the Richardson. But so I got a big week coming up. Working on getting some. Sitting at home, too hot to go outside. You are dang skippy. Where are you at, budget guy? I know here in South Georgia, it is if y'all missed it, I did the company I'm using for the month of July. Okay, let me back up. So if you've watched my channel, you know this. If not, so the way I've done my beard product reviews for 24 is I purchase products and I do an unboxing at the beginning or the end of the month, showing what I'm going to use, kind of my first impression, and talking about a little bit what I'm going to use for that month. And so for this month, we've been using Beards Dignified. And first time I'd ever used the company, I ordered a whipped butter. And when it came in, I have a black mailbox and I live in South Georgia. It's hot. So when it came in, I normally throw my products in the fridge for a couple hours, sometimes even a day, like sometimes 24 hours. So I'd thrown it in the fridge for a couple hours, pulled it out of the fridge, put it on my dresser until I could get the video done, which was like 2 days. Get it out, get it in my bag to take it outside because I do all my videos outside. So get it in a bag, get outside, and set up. I was going to do like 3 videos. So I sit down. That was the first one I did. I cut the package open. I get to the butter, and the butter is 100% liquid. There's no formed butter in the jar. It is 100% liquid. That's how hot it is where I'm at. So yeah, 104 to 108 lately. That's hot. That's hot. We've been hitting in the 90s, but heat index I know is over 100. And humidity here is unbearable. It's the humidity that gets you where we're at. So that's how hot it is where I'm at. Literally a butter, I'm pretty sure should have been solid in the house. And by the time I got outside and got a hammock set up, got the camera set up, and opened up the package, the butter was liquid. So yeah, made a little bit of a mess, but we worked through it. We've been using it this month. So we'll have that video working on, probably do that video. I don't even know what day it is. Today is the 17th. So we've got about 2 more weeks of Beards Dignified. And Chris, you know what the heat is. Yes. And yeah, some beard products, some companies actually put something in their package that says, hey, put this in the refrigerator, but not all of them do. And because I do first impression and unboxings, I just take the whole package and just throw it in the fridge, usually for, like I said, a couple hours minimum. I never do it I've seen some say do it for 20 minutes, but I've never done one for say 20 minutes. I've always done it for hours. So, but I got a couple things coming down the pipe. Got some plans of some videos that I've got to work on, and just trying to get the time to do those. Got some decent ideas, some stuff that I think I'm gonna go back to some old videos and maybe try to revamp those just a little bit and kind of tweak them, redo them and tweak them a little bit and see if we can't make them a little bit better. So that's kind of one of my game plans moving forward. But I just got an alert on my phone that the rain was supposed to be starting, but it doesn't look like it's starting like they say it was going to. So now we're just sitting around waiting on rain. But so the Acaso, let me know. Can y'all hear me well? What's the audio sound like? Is the audio grainy, scratchy? Does it sound good? Just trying to figure out what I need to do to make it better down the road as we do these again. Do I need to modify some things? So I do have a microphone. Getting it set up was a little bit janky. I couldn't use the same cord to use the camera as a webcam and use the microphone. So we're using straight audio off of the Brave 7LE. So how does the audio sound to you guys? Sounds good. All right. Awesome. A little echo, but not bad. All right. So I think what I'm going to try to do is get a splitter so I can use my external mic. I have an external mic for the Akaso, but I can't use it while I'm plugged in as a webcam. So I think I'm going to try to find a splitter for that so I can do both. See if I can do both, if it'll let me. Because I think if I can use the external mic, I can get a little bit better audio by having this guy close by. Now, if I can figure out my soundboard, I have a very budget soundboard that I got from Amazon, and have a cool gold microphone. And if I can figure this soundboard out and how to hook this bad boy up, then we might try it next time and it might work. But right now it's just kind of sitting off to the side and taking up space until I can figure it out. So this is the soundboard. This is our soundboard, little cheap, little budget Amazon soundboard. I can get it to work, but it's not working right. Not working right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. Hey, I've said it before to people. I just had to do what I tell people, and that is just jump in. Like you got to just do it. That was kind of how I started YouTube. Was I thought about it one day, and I kind of played with the idea for a couple weeks and was like, hey, well, I need this, until I happened to watch somebody on YouTube and they were like, you have one of these, do a video. And so that's what I did. That's how I started. And that's where we've been. So what's up, True North? Welcome. There's nothing special about today. It just happened to be a day I thought about doing a live stream, my first ever. And so, yeah, I'm trying to get it figured out. It's one of those things where you got to just do it and play with it. And the longer you sit and debate, and really with live stream, I've played around with the live stream before, but it's hard to really get in my mind, without all the equipment, it's really hard to get an idea how it's going to go without just doing it. And that was where I was at today. I was finally like, you know what? I've got to just do it and see how it's going to work. So there you go. But I've got a lot on my plate right now when it comes to just the regular videos, trying to do the podcast, and I really want to start doing live streams, trying to come up with a schedule for live streams. It's really hard. I work full time. My wife works full time. We've got 4 kids. So coming up with kind of a time frame where I can devote the time, because I don't have anywhere where I can go, like a basement that I can shut the door and you don't hear anything. If I'm here and my kids are here, you're going to hear my kids. So trying to come up with a good time for that. But StreamYard, I looked at StreamYard and I played around with it with my soundboard, and I think I had it working, and then pretty much life happened and I kind of put it down. So today was one of those where it was just like, let me fly with it, let me try it, and here's where we are. But I want to say with StreamYard, I was able to get it to work with the Akaso and the soundboard, but I may be wrong. So we may try that next time. I may try to do one again next week and see what happens. I will try to give some advance notice for you guys, put it out that, hey, there's going to be a live stream at whatever time. So, but there's StreamYard. There's another one that I looked at, and yes, time management is very hard. But there's another one that I looked at. I can't remember which one it was, but I think StreamYard worked the best when I played around with the soundboard, the camera, and everything like that. And I'm not looking at the soundboard necessarily for the applause. I'm looking at the soundboard as a way to monitor, like having the microphone and having better sound quality. And if I can step it up and do with my camera on my phone, then that'll be a lot better audio or video than what this is right here. It's a little bit better. And I think this one's only set up right now in 1080. I'm in an area that doesn't have real good lighting, which I got a window right here, but I don't have the best lighting right here. So that kind of plays a part in it too. This is kind of I made this area for like an office for me, and then it started collecting stuff and from kids and Christmas and everything else. And so it has got a lot of stuff. My stuff has gotten shifted and moved and piled, and so they have room for their stuff. What's up, Justin? Welcome. So, but yeah, I guess what the other thing that I'm going to say here is, yeah, it's the collection office. Yep. When I'm not using it, everybody decides to pile stuff in here. So it just piles up. But, and then finding the time, again, we talked about time, finding the time to get up here and rearrange it. So, budget. So I guess the big thing that I thought about doing this live stream for was, with the podcast coming out, it's going to be really important that we do, thanks, brother. Yes. You'd be surprised at how many people read this and reach for it. But yeah. But with the podcast, I'm going to try to, I may try to record them on Saturday evenings to go live on Sunday. So what I'm hoping is I'll get some questions on those Tuesday and Saturday videos to where I can talk about those questions and bring up those questions, answer questions, talk more about those products that we reviewed on those two videos. So that's a lot of what I want to do with the podcast, is bring it more, like kind of hone it in with a little more information from those review videos, whatever they were. It could be, I could have reviewed a drone and an action camera and just talk more about them in the podcast. Maybe some things that I left off or just extra thoughts. A lot of times, if you don't do YouTube content creation, for me, I'm not scripted. I do my videos and I edit my mumbling out a lot of times, but I do them in one take, and then I'll edit out some of the ums. I try to. I leave some of them. That way you know it's real and not scripted. But I don't script them. I may take an index card and write like some key facts that I need to be able to tell you guys, like price or dimensions or something like that. I may write those down so I can read them, but everything that I'm saying is just straight coming out. It's things that I know about the product from using the product. And when I get into editing, sometimes I look at it and go, oh crap, well, I didn't say this. Well, I should have said that. And so the podcast has given me a way that I can take those notes while I'm doing the editing of the video, and I can come back and I can talk to you about them in the podcast. Ideally, down the road, we'll be able to take this live stream and flip it and do live stream and turn it into the podcast. Actually be able to show you some of the products on the live stream and talk about it a little bit more, stuff like that. So thanks, man. I'm telling you, ideas. I had them. I took the month of June off. I didn't just 100% forget about YouTube or social media. It was a chance for me to kind of think and have time to really think of things I can do. So it was definitely a good experience for me to take some time off and just kind of reset, give me a chance to think and kind of hone in some of the ideas that I've had down for a while. I mean, I've been thinking about I think I put a video on YouTube of should I do a podcast a year and a half ago, and I've never taken the steps to do it. So it was a chance in June for me to sit back and really just go, here's what we can do. So, and here's how to do it. All right. Well, I've been on here for 30 minutes. Bounced all my ideas that I said I was going to do. And I think we are good for now. I think we're going to tweak the system. Maybe come back next week. I will announce it. I'll try to announce it in the community post on YouTube, on Instagram. I will try to announce it in a couple places. That way everybody knows what's going on and can jump on. Maybe put a little sneak peek as what we might talk about. But I think right now we're going to close it out. So thank you guys, everybody that jumped in and commented and chatted. Thanks for jumping in there, Budget Guy. I'm glad to see. Thank you for coming in and staying around. So I know you subscribe to a lot of people, but check it out. Check out some of my other videos and be watching for the podcast to drop. Right now, like I said, only on Spotify. Links in the description, links in my smart bio, so you can get over and check that out. And we'll try to do another live stream next week. I don't know what day will work, but we're going to play around with it and figure out a date, and I will announce it. So there you go. And as I say at the end of every video, stay bearded. Get outdoors. We can't do that because we're doing a live stream. And God bless.